Hey Moxie, long time listener, first time submitter. This is Matt. And this is the story of how I lost my virginity, or thereabout. Well, let's start with, I guess, who she was, how we knew each other. Well, she was actually the daughter of one of my mom's childhood friends, longtime family friend, and this was back in, I believe, the summer of 2008. Apparently, she had a crush on me, and me being sort of a chubby dude my whole life, that was a new experience. So eventually we start dating. Summer fling didn't last too long past that. But she was the first girl I really did anything sexual with, and this is awkward. Well, let's start here. Let's start with my first almost blowjob. It was actually at a party here at my house, at my mother's house, my family home. We always have some sort of parties going on during summer. She happened to be over. Of course, she was, we were dating at the time, so of course you're gonna have your girlfriend over. I guess we were, cuddling, fooling around, whatever. And I guess she was in the mood to do something. But she was scared if we went up to our bedroom, her mother, who was there, or my mom, would notice, come looking for us and find us up in my room, I guess. So, for whatever reason, we went to the bathroom, main floor of the home. Which was dumb in retrospect, because that would be the most used bathroom, especially with all those people over for a party. But, so we were in there, locked the door, and she got down on the tiled floor and started sucking my dick a little bit, I guess. But, she got nervous and, thought we might get caught or something, which understandable. Probably would have if we continued, so we stopped. That was the first time I almost got a blowjob. The second time I almost got a blowjob, also her. We were actually hanging out same summer. We went out to a music show, the Harmony Grange, local venue. If you're from Delaware, you may have heard of it. Parked in the parking lot of the church next door that hosts the venue. And we were making out in the back of the car, fooling around a little bit. I guess, again, she was in the mood, and of course I was as well. She started again, but she got nervous because there were so many other cars around. Of course, we'd get caught. So, again, no luck. Strike out twice. But later that summer, we were at the house together. We were watching some TV in the living room. I believe her mom and her little brother were over. And, her little brother was playing with my little brother. And we were cuddled up on the couch under a blanket. Cuddling, making out a little bit, I guess, and getting handsy under the blanket. And I right there in the living room with all those people at the house, I guess she wanted me and I wanted to fool around, so I was under the blanket there. I was fingering her, and throughout this, every once in a while, not often, her little brother and my little brother, or both of them, would come running through the room, and we'd stop, and we'd get all nervous and everything. But we were just in the middle of a living room with kids running through. Horrible, I know. And I was fingering her. The thing is, I guess it turns out she was on her period. And as soon as we were done, she demanded I wash my hands, which of course. But I was joking around, and I was like, oh, I don't care. I'm going to put the fingers in my mouth, blah, blah, blah. Which really upset her. She was mad. She was upset. She wanted me to wash them immediately, which, again, understandable. Lead to some time later, we were hanging out at my house again. This time we were alone, the only ones in the house. No one else was home. We were both in the mood, so we went up to my room, and this is when I fully lost my virginity. Now, it was weird and awkward, and I don't remember a lot of details about exactly what went on, but I do remember that we were both in t-shirts, black t-shirts. You know, pretty sure both of them were some sort of band t-shirt or whatever. And we both had socks on. No pants or underwear. So just Winnie the Poohing it. And yeah. I was wearing a condom, of course. Safe sex always. And I was so much in my head that I don't remember too many of the details about it. I was very nervous. It was my first time, of course. She had done it before, apparently. I don't know all the details about that, but yeah. It lasted surprisingly long for a first time, mostly because I was so in my head about it, I do think. And I don't think she came, though. After I did, and we were hanging out and cuddling, whatever, I do believe she said she did for my benefit, which, that's a nice gesture, but, you know, if you don't come, tell them. Help them make you come, or enjoy the experience with you, I don't know. That's just good manners. But yeah, that is the story of my first girlfriend and losing my virginity to her.
And there you have it. 3 wildly different virginity loss stories that all have that one common thread of being wicked awkward. I don't know why everyone is so worried about remaining anonymous. It kind of makes me laugh. Who the fuck cares? It's like half your lifetime ago. But that's fine. That's fine. That's why the podcast exists, because people get uncomfortable about weird shit. So, those were kind of tame, but I found some pretty terrible virginity loss stories online, and so I'm going to talk about a couple of those. All right, so this is from a BuzzFeed article. I'll link to it on my site, and in the description of this podcast, assuming I remember. But it's 17 hilariously awkward things that actually happened when people lost their virginity. I shared a room with my older sister. She was in her bed 10 feet away the first time I had sex with my boyfriend. We thought we were being really sneaky. However, she casually rolled over and told my boyfriend he was doing it wrong, given how quiet I was. It's from Peanut 801. Let's see. I'm not going to read all 17 of these. Oh, this one's great. This is called the Nuva ring toss. My Nuva ring came out on his dick like a ring toss. It was both of our first times, and neither of us knew if that was normal, so we had to Google it. For the record, it's definitely not. That was Meg C. 485-622-A0E. Dumb name. The first time I gave a blowjob, cum came out my nose. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna read. That's just a whole bunch. That's number and letter salad. I'm not reading that username. This one guy farted right as he came. Let's see. My first time was at my birthday party, and some kid came in and threw up on my floor. We had to stop to ask my mom where the carpet cleaner was. God, talk about a buzzkill. That was Kelsey Bryn. Oh my God. He was going down on me and accidentally bit me. We had to stop because I swelled up like a balloon. Oh God, that makes me cross my legs. When he was removing my pants and underwear, I accidentally kicked him straight in the face. Both of those usernames were just letter salad. Oh my God. It was the last day of my period and I forgot I still had a tampon in until it was too late. The tampon got pushed up so far that I couldn't get it out. He offered to try and was eventually able to fish it out and toss it across the room. He found it the next morning and we both just burst out laughing. That sounds so painful. It's painful if you put a tampon in just slightly wrong and it's like not sitting right. It's like a weird, achy, uncomfortable, twingy feeling. So I can't even imagine if someone fucked me with a tampon in and shoved, oh God, the cervix. Ugh. All right, after we had sex for the first time, I high-fived him. We were always joking, so I thought he'd think it was funny. He did not. And then the best one, after we had sex, I fell down the stairs of his apartment, naked. That made my whole life amazing. So those were funny stories. I also have virginity loss horror stories. And this is also a BuzzFeed article called "Here are virginity horror stories that will make you feel better about your awkward first time." They really should work on their titles. That's clunky. Anyway, long story short, I threw up on his dick and then kneed him in the balls trying to run to the bathroom. We broke up a week later. It was a great time. That was submitted by Finlaya. Or Finley A. He got a call from his mom twice and answered both times. They argued while he was inside of me. Fuck my life. That was Danny Lunsford, 15. Didn't have a condom and I did not want to get pregnant, so my boyfriend made one out of grocery bags and then taped it onto his dick. Hand to God, worst first time ever. I love that there's an editor's note. Please do not try this at home. Plastic bags are not safe or effective methods of contraception. The fact that in 2019 they had to put the editor's note about not taping grocery bags around your cock to have sex. I just don't have words. Oh my God. Okay. My ex-husband and I were very involved in church and were both virgins on our wedding night. Immediately after doing the deed, he began to have a panic attack. Being 18 and inexperienced in life, we both assumed he was dying. I frantically called 911 and an ambulance was sent right away. I fielded the onslaught of firefighters and the paramedics in my t-shirt and underwear. I'm sure they all had a good laugh that night. We were both virgins and we tried to have sex, but it was so painful I had to stop before he came. I cried so hard that I threw up, and while this was happening, he was holding me saying, "We're still virgins until I spill my seed." Spill my seed, his exact words. That was Kale's Ann. Kale San. It's a weird name. He watched the Jetsons the whole time and lasted less than 20 seconds. He then locked himself in the bathroom, upset he didn't last longer. I had to comfort him, and it was just a terrible experience. Pro tip, guys, especially when you're young like that, it doesn't matter. If you make a huge deal out of it and go cry in the bathroom, that's what makes it miles more awkward. Just be like, whoops, guess we gotta try again in a minute. Have a laugh, finger her, go down on her, do something, and then try again. You're a kid, you'll get it up again in no time. Halfway through, his roommate walked in and didn't leave. He just sat there and watched. We didn't realize he was there until it was over. That roommate was weird. Can you imagine that? That just makes me think of Friends, when Chandler had the really creepy roommate. That's amazing. That was submitted by Amy C69. The theme song from Dawson's Creek was playing while I lost my virginity. It was over before the first scene. That was submitted by Cat Wafter. So, Mandy, good luck and Godspeed to you, honey. I really hope you have a good story since you're holding out for one. At the very least, I hope it's hilarious. But let's go ahead and finish up part 3 of the interview with Mandy, the 24-year-old virgin. My story is also in this. Feel free to laugh at me. It's dumb. Enjoy.